This I wanna nail sports to the bone. Top blogger, top YouTube channel. No matter which sports, yeah, we got it covered. Subscribe and hit the notification bell.
A blessed morning to you, my viewers and subscribers. Welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are doing okay. Alright, my peeps. So we have a couple of stories to take a look at in this video. We see where the Jamaica Tallawahs, they finally met their match in that game last night against St. Lucia Kings. It wasn't a high-scoring game, and the St. Lucia Kings were able to take the victory. Very, very close game, but they were able to take the victory. We're going to go through, give you guys a number as it relates to how the players did. And we're also going to be taking a look at the former CWI president, Dave Cameron, saying that he would definitely, consider running again, but only under the right circumstances or the right conditions, as CWI is too difficult to lead. So we're going to read that story, that article, my peeps, so you can hear what Mr. Dave Cameron is saying. I don't know if we're going to be seeing about Dave Cameron anytime soon, my peeps, but I'll definitely let you hear exactly what is going on as it relates to him. So yeah, just stick around until the end, my peeps, and also make sure that if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, you go ahead and subscribe, my peeps. All right, so let's get started with the Jamaica Tallawahs versus St. Lucia Kings. That game went on last night. Game ended around about 11 p.m. So in case you did not get a chance to watch all of the game, I have the results here for you guys. So it was the Jamaica Tallawahs who batted first, and they were only able to put together 163 for 8. 163 for 8, my peeps. They got off to a somewhat okay start, and then, there was a mini, I don't even want to say a mini collapse. There was a big collapse. So the first wicket fell at 38. Yeah, man, they were 38 when the first wicket fell. Lewis, he was dismissed, and then Brooks came and was dismissed. Also, Powell, King, we got off to the little 38 without loss, but then, it went downhill. So 38 for 1, 39 for 2, 47 for 3, and then we had a little bit of partnership, went up to 62 for 4. Then one from there we went to 121 for 5, 151 for 6, 155 for 7, and 156 for 8. So that is basically how it went, my peeps. So in that score of 163 for 8, the all-rounder Raymond Reefer, he was the top scorer, getting 62 from 41, hitting 4 fours and 4 sixes in the mix right there. Wazim also chipped in with 20 from 23. Brandon King had 19 from 17. Lewis had 19 from 15 also. So that is how those two guys, those guys went at the top there. So that is basically how it went for the Jamaica Tallawahs. In terms of the bowling, it was Kugelnai that did most of the damage. It was a little bit expensive, but took quite a few wickets. He had 3 for 44 from his 4 overs. And Weezer had 2 for 31 from 4 overs. Alzari, Joseph, and Java Royal, they both picked up a wicket each. And that is basically how we ended up at 163 for 8. Now, where the extras are concerned, there were 18 extras. They had run about 6 wides and a couple more other extras put together, run about 6 wide, 4 byes, and around 8 leg byes or somewhere thereabouts. So that helped to push the score up to 163. So there was no miraculous hitting from the captain Ravman Powell tonight. Shamar Brooks also did not last long. He only was able to last 1 ball, first ball to Java Royal. He was dismissed, and from right there and then the St. Lucia Kings started to tighten their grip on the game. And funny enough, my peeps, in reply, St. Lucia Kings, they didn't necessarily get off to a good start at all. They had they were 17 for 1, 17 for 2, then 34 for 3. They lost Diquella and Faf Duplessis pretty early. So things definitely definitely did not get off too well for them. But while they were losing these wickets, Johnson Charles in front of his fans, he was definitely teeing off. He ended up getting 62 from 39 with 4 fours and 4 sixes. So we had a little bit of Johnson Charles there, my peeps. Dickwell at 10, Faf du Plessis didn't score. He went for 0. Amir got rid of him. And the next best scorer we had Tim David getting 20, Primus getting 22, and Weezer, who was there at the end, he finished off with 20 off 15. So St. Lucia Kings, they reached up to 164 for 8, getting past that 163 with 1 delivery to Spear. So they would have taken that victory by 2 wickets. So, the Jamaica Tallawahs, they finally met their match, my peeps. Now, in terms of the bowling, Mohamed Amir once again was brilliant. He bowled 4 overs, took 3 for 25. Chris Green had 1 for 24 from his 3 overs. Pretorius was pretty expensive tonight, bowling 4 overs for 42 runs. Wazim had 2 for 15. And Rifa also had 2 for 28 from 1.5 overs. So, he went for a couple of runs, but he picked up a couple of wickets. So that is how the Jamaica Tallawahs defense went. So the Jamaica Tallawahs have actually finally lost a game, a peep. So the table is opening up slowly but surely. And congratulations to the St. Lucia Kings. Well tried to the Jamaica Tallawahs. They're gonna have to rebound and come again and see where they can go from there. So that is how that game ended, my peeps. So we're just going to finish up with another cricketing story. We see where the former CWI president, Mr. Dave Cameron, apparently did an interview recently, and let me just go into it. So I am on this website here, and they are saying Dave Cameron would only consider another run for CWI presidency under the right conditions. That is the headline. So I'm going to be reading the article for you. I'm going to be quoting a couple of stuff that was said by Mr. Dave Cameron also. They say former Cricket West Indies president Dave Cameron would only consider another bid for the leadership of the sports regional governing body under the right conditions, because leading the CWI is too difficult. They say Cameron, who was the director of the West Indies Cricket Board between 2002 to 2019 and was elected in 2013. Now, Cameron's tenure as president was tinged by controversy and conflict with several West Indies players, and he lost the presidency to former West Indies team manager Ricky Skerritt in 2019. However, in recent months, the Skerritt administration has come in for criticism, and the West Indies teams have had a poor run of form in all formats, prompting discussion as to whether Cameron would consider another run at the presidency. Now he's quoted as saying the first time I ran for a cricket office was 2013 for president of Cricket West Indies. Prior to that, my work was what put me forward, and persons would come and say, we need your help here, or we believe you can lead you can lead here and there, end quote. Now they said that is what Cameron was saying on Sportsmax. Now he went on to say, and I quote, if I am asked, then obviously I would consider it, but it would be under different circumstances. And the situation is that we would have to find a way to get everybody in agreement, because what you don't want is the fragmentation of boards. The issues, it's too difficult, end quote. They went on and they say he admitted that there's much appeal to stepping back into the hot seat. Well, he said there isn't much appeal to stepping back into the hot seat, especially with the myriad of issues affecting the region and sports administration. Now, this is what he had to say as it relates to that, and I quote, to be honest, West Indies cricket is very difficult. It's difficult to organize. You are talking about 16 different countries, different parishes, different views, different different races. All those things play a significant role, and it's the challenge we have in the CARICOM, in quote. So that is what he's saying, my peeps. And in closing, he said that my view is that a merit-driven system is what works. He said, as a region full of talent, very bright people, let us try to focus on merit-based system, get the best people in all areas, and I think we will start seeing success. So merit system. So apparently what he's saying is that when he was there, the team was not being selected based on merit. It was probably a friend thing, politics and all of that. So that is what Mr. Dave Cameron is saying. You guys would have seen him when he was at the helm. Would you like to have him back, my viewers and subscribers, or you are perfectly fine without him returning to CWI? Let me know what you think about it, my peeps. We're going to leave it right here for now. Big up on yourself.